Well, looks like 2016 has come to an end. 2016 has been a very busy year for me with things like algebra and the start of my YouTube channel. It's also been an interesting year for video games, especially for Nintendo fans. It's been a dark year with the Wii U near its death date and only a few major releases from the big N. It's been overall a great year, however, and even though there hasn't been as many good games as 2015, because for Pete's sake, it had Super Mario Maker, Splatoon, and Undertale. There were several great new games this year, and it's something I want to talk about. Hey yo people, I'm Sir Calco, and welcome to my top 5 best games of 2016. And you'd better not be expecting Sister Location to be on this list. If it hasn't been clear already, I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's. Before we get to number 5, I have an honorable mention. Nintendo has several RPGs under their belt, but surprisingly, 2 of them are Mario, the Mario and Luigi series, and Paper Mario. But what would happen if the 2 games collided? This question is answered in the game Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. While this game is a crossover, it mainly plays like the Mario and Luigi games. Which is good because Paper Mario games have been, interesting lately. The main difference is that along with Mario and Luigi, you also control Paper Mario. This adds a lot of new gameplay elements, like trio moves, chase battle segments, and more. The battle system is great with cool moves and attacks to use. The bosses are also fun to fight, and there's overall a ton of variety. This game is also really long, so be prepared for a game that will last you a long time. Seriously, I played this game for 26 hours and apparently I'm only halfway through. That's a pretty long game. Number 5. Pokken Tournament. Who at Nintendo seriously thought of something to put Pokemon in and thought, I know, Tekken! Well, at least it's good. Pokken Tournament is just what it sounds like, the 3D fighting game Tekken with Pokemon as fighters. The character selection is great with characters like Pikachu, Gengar, and Garchomp? You know what? Forget all those other games. This game is now the best! The gameplay itself is really solid with many different moves that can come from different combinations of buttons. The plus side is that you can learn many moves to combo your opponents. The downside is that this game is perfect for button mashers. There's really not much else to it, but it's really all it needs to make a good game. Number 4. Before this year, I'd never really played rhythm games. They had just never really interested me. But that was before I played Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. This game is packed with over 70 minigames, all of which are based on rhythm. Each have their own style of play, and all of them are really fun. There's even a story where you're trying to help little Tibby get back to the heaven world, meeting a bunch of cute and quirky characters along the way. And oh my gosh, one of the characters is a bee dog. It doesn't get much better than that. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix is a mix of charm and fun, and that makes it deserve to be on the list. Number 3. Kirby Planet Robobot. Well, if you've been keeping up with major releases this year, you now know what number 1 is, but let's go over this game. Kirby Planet Robobot is the latest game in the Kirby franchise, with the gimmick this time around being the mechs. Now Kirby has yet another tool to cause mass destruction with. There are also a ton of copy abilities, from old ones to new ones. The level designs are all great, and the bosses are well done as well. Even once you beat Story Mode, you have Meta Nightmare Returns, a harder version of the game where you play as Meta Knight. It somehow feels easier than the main game. There's also Kirby 3D Rumble and Team Kirby Clash, 2 sub-modes that are pretty fun to play after the game. Kirby Planet Robobot is only the second Kirby game I've played, but it's been enough to prove to me that the Kirby series is still going strong. Number 2. Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. I'll be honest, I'm not really that big of a fan of ports. Ports are really just a game that's now on another system, so I usually tend to avoid them. Ironically though, a port of Super Mario Maker for the 3DS was actually something I was really wanting. I loved the original for the Wii U, but I always wanted to create levels wherever I wanted, and this game made my dreams come true. There isn't a whole lot more to say about it, it's just Super Mario Maker with a new mode and a few tweaks. But Super Mario Maker is a great game, and this port doesn't disappoint. Number 1! Pokemon Sun and Moon. Obviously. Was there any doubt this game would be number 1? I mean, I've said before, it's my second favorite 3DS game of all time. And it's Pokemon. That kind of matters. This game is easily the best in the series. As usual, there's a lot of new Pokemon, with a total of 79. The story is a lot better than X and Y, with the story behind Cosmog and your 2 friends. The battles are great, and options like just pressing Y to use Pokeballs, and the option to switch a Pokemon you catch instead of going back to a PC to do, is very convenient. The island trials that replace gyms are actually pretty fun, and a nice change of pace. The Z moves are also amazing, and it even adds new strategy to battling. And of course, Alolan forms bring brand new ways to look at old Pokemon. I still say Alolan Muck would be a better evolution than normal Muck. This game is amazing, and I've only played 9 hours at the time of writing the script, so I've barely even scratched the surface. Pokemon Sun and Moon is great in every way, and that is why it's the best game of 2016.